You want a high-end magnetic spin bike, but you don't want to be locked into an expensive monthly screen subscription. Today, it's the Schwinn IC4 versus the Bowflex C6. The Schwinn IC4 is a rock-solid, quiet indoor cycling trainer that easily connects to your iPad for Zwift or Peloton apps. Let's see it in action.
I was already deep in the Apple Fitness and Peloton app ecosystems, so I just needed a high-quality, dumb bike that could talk to my tablet. After hundreds of miles, I can tell you this bike absolutely delivers on that promise. But it's not the seamless plug-and-play experience some people might be hoping for. Design and build quality. Unboxing this thing, my first impression was relief. At over 100 pounds, it's a solid piece of steel that feels almost identical to the bikes I used in commercial spin classes. There is zero wobble, even when I'm out of the saddle on a hard climb. The 40-pound flywheel is heavy, smooth, and because it uses magnetic resistance, it's virtually silent. My family can be asleep in the next room and they hear nothing. The 4-way adjustable handlebars and seat gave me enough room to dial in a perfect fit, which isn't always the case with home-use bikes. It's clear Schwinn, or rather its parent company Nautilus, put the budget into the frame and the core ride mechanics, not flashy extras. Key features in action. The two big features here are the connectivity and the pedals. First, the Bluetooth. It just works. I fire up the Peloton app on my iPad, start a class, and the bike's console immediately starts broadcasting my cadence and heart rate from the included armband directly to the app. It's fantastic. The same goes for Zwift, where the bike also sends its resistance level. This open platform is the IC4's superpower. I'm not locked into one service. Second, the dual-sided pedals. This is a huge value add. One side is a standard toe cage for any athletic shoe, and the other side is an SPD clip. My wife uses running shoes in the cages, and I clip in with my cycling shoes for a more serious ride. Not having to immediately spend another $100 on new pedals is a massive win. The included 3-pound dumbbells are a nice touch and snap right into their cradles, making them easy to grab for those arms and intervals classes. Performance and daily reality. My daily ride is usually a 30 or 45-minute Peloton class. The ride itself feels premium. The resistance knob gives you 100 micro-adjustable levels, and the flywheel momentum feels great. But here's the reality check. The bike's resistance numbers do not match Peloton's. When an instructor yells, "set resistance to 40, that is not a 40 on the IC4's dial. I had to buy a $10 conversion chart decal from Etsy to stick on my bike. It's a minor annoyance, but it's a perfect example of the DIY nature of this setup. The tiny backlit LCD screen is also purely functional. It shows your stats, and that's it. You are bringing the entire experience via your own tablet. Limitations and trade-offs. The biggest trade-off is the lack of integration. You will not show up on the Peloton leaderboard. You are, and always will be, a ghost in their system, visible only by your cadence. If a big part of your motivation is competing with friends, this is a deal-breaker. My other gripe is the assembly. I've seen the horror stories online about stripped pedal cranks, and it's almost always due to users cross-threading them during setup. You have to be patient and careful. Finally, the included heart rate armband is just okay. I found it frequently dropped the connection, and I defaulted to my Apple Watch. The final verdict. So, who is this bike for? Buy this if you are a value-driven, DIY-style person who wants a rock-solid, quiet bike. You already have a tablet and want the freedom to use any fitness app you choose, whether it's Peloton, Zwift, or Apple Fitness. You understand you're saving over $1,000 by giving up the integrated screen and the leaderboard. Skip this if you want a seamless, all-in-one appliance. If you hate troubleshooting, don't want to use conversion charts, or get motivated by competing on a leaderboard, this bike will frustrate you. In that case, you're better off spending the extra money for the real Peloton.
Challenging it is its twin rival, the Bowflex C6, offering premium build quality and seamless app versatility. Let's see which open platform bike wins. It's a bike with no screen that, ironically, might be the smartest and most future-proof option on the market. It promises the premium connected fitness experience for half the price. After hundreds of miles, I can tell you it absolutely delivers, but it comes with one or two frustrations you need to know about. Design and build quality. Out of the box, this thing is a tank.
It's built from heavy-gauge steel, and the 40-pound magnetic flywheel gives it a super stable, premium ride feel that you just don't get on cheaper, friction-based bikes. It's smooth, and most importantly, it's whisper quiet. My family can be asleep in the next room, and they hear nothing. It's no secret this is the exact same bike as the Schwinn IC4, just with different branding. The ergonomics are great for me, with four-way adjustment on the seat and handlebars. My one big complaint is the water bottle holder placement. The cages are mounted vertically on the handlebars, and I absolutely bang my knees on them when I'm riding out of the saddle. It's a baffling design flaw. It's not a deal breaker, but it's annoying. Key features in action. The first key feature is the 100-level magnetic resistance. Instead of a felt pad rubbing on the wheel, this uses magnets, so there's no friction and no noise. The resistance is controlled by a red knob. Turning it adjusts your level from 1 to 100, which you see on the small backlit LCD console. This is great because it lets you quantify your effort. The console also shows your cadence, or RPM, which is the most critical metric for following along with Peloton, Apple Fitness Plus, or Zwift classes. The second and most important feature is its open platform Bluetooth connectivity. This is the whole reason to buy this bike. You turn it on and the bike starts broadcasting your cadence and heart rate from the included armband to any app that will listen. I fire up the Peloton app on my iPad, and boom, my cadence is right there on the screen. It integrates perfectly. This open platform approach means you aren't locked into one ecosystem. If you get tired of Peloton, you can fire up Zwift, and the C6 will transmit your cadence and estimated power, watts, to the app. You can try JRNY, Wahoo, or anything else. This flexibility is its killer app. You're not buying a $20,000 screen that might be obsolete in 3 years. You're just using the iPad or TV you already own. Performance and daily reality. In daily use, the C6 is fantastic. The ride feel is premium, and the heavy flywheel feels great for sprints and climbs. My daily routine is simple. I prop my iPad on the built-in media holder, connect my headphones, and I'm in a class. But let's talk about the Peloton experience reality. Peloton instructors call out resistance levels like, get to 45. The C6's 1 to 100 scale does not match Peloton's 1 to 100 scale. So the first thing I did was Google a Bowflex to Peloton resistance conversion chart, print it out, and tape it to my bike. It's a small hassle, but it works. The other reality is the resistance knob itself. It's not a digital clicking dial. It's a smooth turn knob, which means it can be a little imprecise. When an instructor yells, add 10, you can't just click, click, click. You have to give the knob a decent twist and watch the screen, and I sometimes overshoot or undershoot my number. It's a minor frustration, but one you feel in almost every class. Limitations and trade-offs. The biggest trade-off here is the lack of auto resistance. When you're using an app like Zwift, the C6 will not automatically increase the resistance when you hit a hill. You have to manually turn the knob to simulate the climb. This can pull you out of the experience and is the main feature you're giving up to save $1,000 over a dedicated smart bike. Second, the power and speed numbers it sends to Zwift are an estimation. They're consistent enough to track your own progress, but they're not as accurate as dedicated power meter pedals. If you're a serious data-driven cyclist, you'll find the numbers a bit generous. Final verdict. Buy this if you want a premium, quiet, magnetic resistance bike and you demand flexibility. If you want to use the Peloton app, but also want the freedom to use Zwift, Apple Fitness Plus, or whatever comes next, this is your bike. It's 90% of the Peloton experience for less than 50% of the price, and it doesn't lock you in. Skip this if you're a dedicated Zwift racer who needs auto resistance to feel 100% immersed. You should also skip this if you're a data purist who needs truly accurate power numbers, or if you just want that single, seamless, all-in-one screen and don't mind paying the premium and the subscription for it.
The verdict here is simple. These bikes are practically identical twins under the hood. Choose the Schwinn for its classic heritage aesthetic, or the Bowflex if it matches your home gym vibe. Ultimately, the real winner is whichever one you can find on sale.